Okay, we continue on with the NSA class. I'm pleased to say I got the thumbs up from John when he was in the ambulance, just joined by Cheryl. So John's A-OK, which is really, really great news. Ray Law getting ready to do the burnout. Two old friends coming around to run together. Ray Law with the double engine Triumph, and he's up against Pegasus Reborn, the bike of Derek Chin. And in fact, if you look at Ray's leathers, they in fact were being messengers from when he rode the Pegasus double morph. A little bit of linked history there between the two runners. I think this is the last pairing of the NSA bikes. And Wade put in a good run last time. Let's see what he can do on his final run. Something like 45 watts and down into the nines there for Ray Law. What a tremendous run there, into the nines again. That bike did dip down into the eights way back in the 70s, but good to see it running well. So a nice end to a slightly troubled session, but I'll hand you back to Colin for the cars.
Thank you very much indeed, and Keith, thank you so much for all of your help and guidance this weekend. You really make Dragstalgia a lot easier for us and a lot more informative to everybody else out there. So Annie, thank you for letting him out again this weekend, and your knowledge will always be welcomed here at Dragstalgia. So this is Dave Day. Sounds like a much lower boost setting actually. And yeah, 10.94, best run so far for the team, well done. So this is the Willis Wars. Richard Warburton with the Prozac machine. And it's Gareth and Tony with the Bandit. Right, I can assume it's Gareth Webster behind the wheel. 440 big block Mopar in there. But early days in the development stakes, fair to say.
$12.99, 104 for Richard Warburton. Great run that one from Dave Day, getting there. He did actually say to me in the period lanes, they think they've sussed what it was. That's why you saw that run. Excellent.
Right, well, Dave Hinson with the redneck gasser, and it looks like the Elvises have left the building.
No.
Alongside Ian Ratton with his 41.
And by no, I didn't mean no. I'm upset that they've gone. I just meant no that you said it. $12.65, 107, 13.09 for Ian Ratton that time. So Phil Moore's getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Presuming it is still Phil. in the car.
Yeah, I think it is now.
I think he went, 10:34 earlier in Challoner with the 41 coupe in the Auto Glim lane. 10:02. Knocking on the door on the 9s. Is that Jerry Trait's old car? Is that?
No, well, no.
Go on.
Oh, yes, it could be because it is an
X-Street Eliminator car.
Yeah. 572 cubic inch big block Chevy in there with a power glide and a full chrome molly tube chassis.
I think he actually got Wheelie of the Year once, didn't he?
Jerry did, yeah,
with the car. Great side-by-side driving for both of those cars. Ian's going to get there first with his 988, 138, 1028, even quicker again.
He is so close to a PB there, 986 at 140, but yeah, well and truly on the pace.
So the Woody Wagon of Dougie Foraker taking on Guy Davenport. Guy does an awful lot of work behind the scenes organising stuff for the Willis Wars. He actually very kindly got all these sheets filled out and brought up here. This car, I don't think ever turned a wheel under power before he got here. Didn't know what it had run, and now he's trying to get it to go quicker. He's run 15.2 quickly as the quickest.
It's only got a Ford 302 in it. His best ET and speed, no idea.
He didn't know what it was going to do. 15.36. And 62.9.
Right, Matthew Hollins with the 41, going alongside Pike Murray.
Who ran a very, very nice 11.96 earlier. How cool is that? I think Tony Underhill's got more runs than anybody this weekend.
Well, he's double-classed.
He's back again. He might not make the last Supercharged Outlaws round, but he's giving it a good crack in Willis Wars. In fact, if he'd have run what he did in Supercharged Outlaws in Willis Wars, he'd be the quickest car.
Yeah, he still could be.
Still got a chance now.
He has been in the low 8s.
$11.60 for Pike Murray.
That will do.
Georgian is jumping for joy on the start line, 120 miles an hour and 12.25.
Right, Pro Stock Bikes and Outlaw Anglia in two of the parent lines. Yes, semi-finals.
I can see Wild Bunch. I think this is it for Willis Wars. An abbreviated, kind of happens at this time of the weekend, doesn't it? Yeah, kind of abbreviated sessions. Well, the two quickest cars in. Tony Underhill actually has the second quickest car. He ran an 8.96 in the Willis Wars. However, if it hooks and goes, this is a 7, maybe even a 6-second race car. I'd say definitely.
Yeah, he'll
nailed on
take a
7
7 at the moment.
Yeah. Well, he
I
went
think
8.
a man will give him a slap if he runs a 6.
I think he ran, before her. I think he ran 8.01, didn't he? In Supercharged Outlaws.
Yes,
taking on Spencer Tidwell with a Battle Axe Warrior. Beautifully turned out car. Currently the quickest with an 8.27. Looks like Tony's got a great run going this time. Could it be a 7?
It's a 7, it's a 7, it's a 7, it's a 7!
Whoa!
Oh, wow, 7.23!
That's the one we were waiting for. 189 miles an hour. Unbelievable. Wallops nearly a second off his personal best. Nearly 190 miles an hour, and he wins the Willis Wars for the quickest run in the class. Round of applause for the team.
Let's not forget, Spencer Tidwell won his best run of the weekend, 8.26 at 161 miles an hour. But well done, Spencer, but wow, what a run for Tony.
Well, he's nearly got a 6-second race car on his second weekend ever in the seat.
Well, you did say he was getting quicker and quicker every run, but 3/4 of a second from his best in the Supercharged Outlaws.
That's what he was obviously going to do if it went from one end to the other, because obviously you have to lift, but he cured the handling issues. Yeah,
one thing, the two-seater just been advised to shut off. There was a lot of fluid and smoke at the top end from Spencer Tidwell's car as it went through. So obviously the top end turnout crew have spotted something on the car, so they're going to check the track just to make sure. But yeah, Spencer's car, I think, was eating itself up a little bit. But to Tony and the team, congratulations.
Yeah, the sweeper's coming out too, so whatever it was very unfortunate indeed. Supercharged Outlaws at the head of lanes. I bet he's probably packing his chutes while he's waiting up the top end for another go after that.
Oh, wow. I bet Kev Slyfield will get word of that if he hasn't been tuned in.
Well done to the team. Off up to get Tony up the top end.
Congratulations.
Yeah, huge congratulations. That boy can definitely drive.
Well, I think he grew some for that round. I think it's the terminology.
I was just going to say, I mean, the thing is, if he was willing to stay with it when it had a its normal wobble, but it didn't wobble that time was the big difference. It just kept going, and yeah, great to see. Well done. So I do think we got a little bit of a clean up with the two-seater being pushed back up the top end. Actually, the tractor's doing a bit of grooming. Well, no one's moved off the start line, which is normally a good sign, actually. As in, no one being in.
Well, some of the teams that have been eliminated make their way home. Thank you all so much for coming to Dragstalgia this weekend. It really has been that good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The biggest entry ever at Dragstalgia. Well, I think officially 254 teams entered.
Yeah, that's not including the one what you brung.
Yeah, as you say, it doesn't include the Custom Car Invitational.
Exactly.
So, we were probably heading towards 300 over the course of the weekend, which is absolutely phenomenal. And one thing that we do know is, obviously, for Dragstalgia next year, it's only going to get bigger. Word already is that the potential for Nostalgia Superstock to run a 64-car ladder.
Really?
Yeah. Going to be absolutely enormous.
God, I told you it's going to be Dragstalgia week.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Oh, well, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we have actually got a little bit of a clean up. I can see the wagon rolling up the top end with the grease sweep on it. So whatever was ailing Spencer Tidwell does need to be cleared up. So just for a few moments, hopefully it won't take too long again. It's way past the finish line where the clean-up's going on. No one's going anywhere. Hopefully all you folks not going anywhere either. And we'll be back as soon as we can.
Walk by. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.
Well, we thought we could try and stretch that track right out to the end, but unfortunately we had to cut it about 30 seconds short. So it is Paul Brown with the two-seater dragster, the Thrill Ride. Just the first time I've had a chance to look down and see him in the cockpit this weekend. Got a passenger in the back as always. Don't worry, the sweeper at the top end will suddenly turn right as it's coming towards us, or left as you're looking at it, and go through the gate before Paul makes the run. Just on its final pass at the top end. Don't worry, Ian will not let the two-seater go whilst the sweeper is up there. So Paul Brown with the two-seater going real quick this weekend. Couple of 7-7 runs and about 172, 173 miles an hour. But not only that, super consistent. People stood in the middle, obviously a connection to the passenger in the back of the car. And as Paul Brown brings the two-seater up to the line, I believe it's Ange driving the sweeper at the top end, just exits the second exit. The gate will close and Paul Brown will be on his way. .780, 173 miles an hour, just like clockwork. What an experience that is. Half track numbers, 4.98 at 139 miles an hour. And that's going to be a timing ticket to frame when the passenger gets home. All part of the two-seater experience here at Cannonball Raceway. Right, so just got a few more to run. It is the Supercharged Outlaws. Des Taylor with the Thunder God. And Sam Freeman. Sorry, Keith Freeman with El Loco, the 32 Ford. Keith with a big old tail wag on the end of the burnout there. Not to be outdone there, Des Taylor stonking burnout there with Thunder God. So at the moment then, Des has run a best this weekend of 8.65. Keith, just on the outside of our scoreboard here, 9.69 was the number 16 spot. Des. The 17, I think he's been in the 9s though.
Who's that?
Des
Taylor's been in the 8s, yeah. 840, look at the speed though for Des Taylor.
Wow.
184, 10.57. Nice way to end the weekend though for Keith Freeman. Good weekend for them. Just very quickly as well, I had the pleasure of bumping into Tony Underhill on the way back.
Oh.
Yes, or I beg your pardon. I had the pleasure of bumping into the world's biggest grin.
Right.
With Tony attached to it. Yeah, very, very happy lad. He said, actually, I'm not going to repeat what he said about the car.
Right.
Because, anyway, not to implicate anybody, but yeah, he enjoyed it, to say the least, anyway. But he said, what he did, he said, when it went straight, he just plugged it in high gear, and then for the last half of the racetrack, he just sat there with his hand on the chute lever, waiting across to the finish line at 189 miles an hour. Tony, top man, well done. Last session for the bunch.
It is Rob Brown behind the wheel of the Rebel. Callum Swinchat with the Topolino.
Went 160 earlier, 159.6, 8.40 the one.
I think that could be a personal best for Callum there. 8.85.
Yeah, they look thrilled.
Not completely. So Philippa Turton and Dan Boone. That's a cracking looking car, that actually, the American Pie car. So their numbers they want to run, 13.35 for Philippa, Dan Boone 8.60. They can break out actually because they do their own thing, the Wild Bunch. It's the closest to it. Go on Philippa, off you go.
Yeah, the light's gone green, there goes Dan's. Well, Dan, I think, has been 8.7 today. Looking to dip back in the 8.60s. 8.81, 152 with the shootout through the line.
So there goes Pete and Haley to the back as Rob's just driven the car.
Well done, guys. Weekend to remember in many ways.
Oh, yeah.
Good news was actually up there as well. We got more funny cars on the way down too, again. So the Shindigger of Jim Tanner taking on Jurassic Parts number 2 of Mick Ledo. Mick has been oh so close to the 8s, just not this weekend, unfortunately for him. So 9.15 for Mick Ledo, 9.40 for James Tanner. That's a lot more like it for Mick. Really nice launch, 121 to 60 foot. Will it be an 8? 9.01, 145. I think that's his quickest ever run, or it nearly matches it anyway. 9.83 for Jim Tanner. Problems for the Turtons, unfortunately. Ah, well, yes, I know.
Mick Ledo's just PB'd, 9.01 at 145.
Well done, yeah. Marky, Philippa, thank you very much indeed for the entertainment. Just don't do it again. So, Phil James on a bye run, actually.
Yeah, so Mick Ledo was a 9.08 at 142 before that. So, good old leap on up. Well done. Callum's 8.85 was a PB. He was an 8.89 before.
Looking for 936, goes 41. So the Ferret against Ball Breaker.
That's right, I'm just looking at other PBs. Leo Knight went 8:01, didn't he?
He did, not 01. It went 16, I think it was,
Right,
something
okay.
like that.
So I think
Well,
I
hopefully
need
he's
to, I need to update his PB then.
Hopefully he's round again. I know one car we haven't seen yet. Don't know whether we will now, actually.
Oh yeah.
You never know, he might tag on the end. Always has a flair for dramatic, that man. So that's Mark's wife Lynn out front backing up. Immaculately turned out as always, as is Anna. And Steve's beard, obviously. 10:47 for the Ferret, 8:32 for Ball Breaker. Really funny, actually. Just not so long ago, they'd have chewed off their right arm for an 8.3. At the moment, the car's just not behaving itself. Been down in the 8.1s. Mark with a nice, straight, strong run, trying to catch the Ferret, which I think he's just about to. 8.26. Well,
Wow.
they've obviously solved. Well, it finally does what they want it to. 10.36 though. For Craig Larman in the Ferret breaks out as well. I think that's one of Craig's quickest ever runs, actually.
What did
Pretty
he
sure
run?
the quickest is an 10.4 for him. Where are we?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, 10:36, 122.
Sorry about this, Claire. We're ruining your notes here by Colin is by updating them.
84, just missed the mile an hour, but a 10:36. That is a lovely PB.
8.30 for Johan Tjernström from all the way from Sweden, or Sweden as it says on our screen. Very, very nice looking car. Thank you for coming all that way, Johan. 8.30 is what he needs. Quickest he's been ever is an 8.24. Taking on James Ord with a little Faust. Johan has a really good wheel wobble going about 100 foot out. Check this out. Probably won't do it this time now I've said
Oh,
it.
it will. It will. There it goes.
But he didn't back off this time, being the difference.
Don't forget, James went bang on last time round.
46.
400 under.
8.33 though for Johan. 158 mile an hour, not bad at all.
Well done to the Ball Breaker team, going up.
So Alan Lloyd with Gonzo the Great. Right. That's the way to sort it out. Okay, so Alan Lloyd taking on Russ Haven. Russ's last run before he faces the long trip home to Spain. After a weekend in the Dragster, he could spend another week on a bike almost.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Well, yeah, seriously, he's you know, it takes days, doesn't it, to
If
ride down.
if a slingshot dragster doesn't give you a numb bump, then riding a bike all the way back to Spain will.
Yeah, but he's ridden the bike all the way here
Oh,
in the
no.
first place as well, so just to make it even more comfy. Alan Lloyd looking for 7.85, went 7.78, quickest run ever for Gonzo earlier on. Well, Russ kind of just rolled through stage, won't get an ET. 7.86 on an 85.
Nice.
Well done to the Lloyd family.
Nice.
Congratulations again, Ian, on being inducted into the Hall of Fame. I hope you had a good weekend, and your lad's doing a great job. So Russ Haven rolls it on through, unfortunately. So that's the
Stop bike.
the Wild Bunch again. Yeah, sorry.
This will be the semi-finals. As we get ready to set the finals up. Mark and Claire, the first side of the ladder. Mark Stevens, Nipper, to everybody that knows him, alongside Claire Rule.
Well, this will be a good one. Mark nearly went into the 8s earlier on.
Yeah,
Another one of those
9.
screaming little H2s. Okay, so Claire Rule, number 2 qualifier. Mark Stevens, number 6. Mark with problems. It's a bye run again for Claire Rule. I'm not entirely sure she's had a race today, has she?
No, she hasn't.
She had a bye in round 1 because no Charlie Draper, then a bye in round 2 because that's the way it worked out. 8.76 though, 1:47. Problems for Nipper, unfortunately.
Oops. It's just locked up or gone into gear. There we go.
The easiest way to do is just carry it out the way. Alan Davis wrestling with it.
Right, Lenny Paget taking on Andy Lambert.
So Lenny has been, well,
Lenny went 8.36 in the previous round, but Andy 8.76.
excellent.
So, yeah, it's not quite a gimme.
Well, we've got our semi-finals of Outlaw Wrangler coming up. We've also got the final of the Nostalgia Cannonball and a few more cars in there as well.
Yeah. Also in the lanes, we've got semi-final for Nostalgia Superstock. So we're getting there, folks. We're getting there.
Not far off. Whole shot for Lenny, that could be the end of Andy Lambert's weekend. And indeed it is as Len goes across the stripe, 8.46, 1.55. Good try from Andy Lambert, 9.13, 1.49. So it will be, I think, numbers 1 and 2 qualifier
It is,
actually
yeah,
in the final.
and Claire.
Okay, Outlaw Anglia. Yeah.
So it'll be Colin Miller taking on Steve Wells. Steve Wells, a car called the Hellcat this weekend. Reference to the group. Lynn not quite sure which way Colin's going to go at the moment.
So, Steve Wells, let's hope all goes to plan. I think he's been as quick as an 8-1, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
Pick up. Colin's been well down into the 7s on a few occasions this weekend.
Good to see Cliff Griffin on crew duties there with Steve Wells.
You know, he's
He's putting the voodoo on Colin Miller.
he tried to do that many times when he was
Yeah.
racing him, didn't he? He's actually put the Pop, which is a 7-second car, back to being a road car.
He has. He goes to lots of car shows, and he's been the tow car for Steve Wells.
Exactly.
Here we go then. Colin Miller.
Men's the
Steve Wells.
Nitrous. Bloke car against Nitrous car. Colin with a 121, 60 foot. And a 776 at 182, 833. Good try for Steve Wells. So, your prediction is nearly there. He's in the semi-finals, is Ronnie Mercer with Annie.
Yeah, but the Scotty's been on awesome form this weekend.
Well, will it be
Absolutely
an
awesome.
all Scottish final? Sorry, will it be an all Scottish final? So the Flying Fifer's in the final, maybe up against the Flying Scotsman, maybe up against Annie. A couple of seconds difference in elapsed time, but we've seen more surprising upsets, haven't we?
Yes.
Than this one
Well,
would be.
as I say, we said before, if Ronnie thought before the meeting he could make the semi-final, he would have taken that every
In
day
a
of the week.
32 car field as
Yeah,
well. Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Big purge of nitrous for Scotty.
It's just jarring off.
No, he went 7:41 to PB earlier on. Oh, and he's out the hole like 107 60 foot. Wow.
Quicker
Arrow straight,
again.
we're going to see a 7.3. Oh, 7.43.
179. Ronnie Mercer, great try with a 9.37, 1.39. It's not only an all Scottish final, it's an all same garage final as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great race, and you have to say, oh, big smoke from Ronnie Mercer right down the right down the shutdown area.
Ooh, that's chucking away.
It is, yeah. Something's. I hope that's just a rad hose or something like that. But the crew are out there checking. He's still driving the car. He's gone round the corner.
Around the corner.
Yeah, but they're just checking the racetrack, and looks good. Yep, there we go. They're all going back again. So, Nostalgia Superstock semi-final. Shelby Watts, Neil Watkins. Shelby Watts, I think, it's one of her first ever events in this car. I'm pretty sure.
No, she has raced it before.
Okay. Very bizarre to see all of the rest of the Watkins family on the start line. They're normally in cars waiting to go. So Neil with the Purple Express.
Oh,
Shelby goes red.
Neil into the final.
Within a 32. Look at that. That was a pretty close race, actually. Shelby was 0.6 red on the tree, unfortunately for her. So it's Kiwi with the duster. He's been bang on all day, hasn't he? Absolutely.
I think are they both dialing 9? They are 990
again. So basically, it's kind of a heads-up supergas race. Sort of
but you can't break out.
Yeah, it's also on a sportsman tree, not a pro tree. Is the other little difference, but yeah, you can't go quicker. Red light. Oh, look at that red for Jim Chandler. 005 red. It's Kiwi in the final against Neil Watkins.
Oh, 990 as well for Jim.
Oh dear.
Oh, that was almost perfect package. If he'd have taken that
if
5 off and took it off his...
Never mind. Anyway, don't look at the ticket.
No, don't.
Just don't look at the ticket. Okay, right.
Gas a circus.
Indeed, semi-finals. Mr. Pressback up here in the tower with Nick Barnett, Ray Turner.
A very excited Ray. Ran over his battery charger. Forgot to unplug it to get down here. I know.
I'm not sure you're supposed to be bringing us this kind of news, I hate to say.
Good.
Well, they're both
Good
away with
reactions.
0 lights there. Good for both. Nick Barnett, 11.46. Nick does it. Breakout.
It is good.
Ray Turner was over the stripe first by 0.2, but it was an ill-gotten gain. Brake lights coming on at the finish line. That was very well judged. 11.48 on a 46 and an 0.2 light as well.
Very good.
So how excited is Katie to be racing Shaw?
Oh, yeah.
Or in the semis, probably, not to be racing
She
Shaw.
says
You know what
she
I mean?
thinks she's been in a semi before.
Really?
But she can't really remember, so she's still happy. I know.
And Shawnee out there.
Yeah, still got to chase her down.
10.02 he dials this time, which is what he ran last round. But he'll probably go 9.95 this time, because that's what he dialed.
Not the following, not the tailwind.
Oh, Kelly.
Okay.
Katie goes red. Whoops.
Adrenaline.
0.2 red that was. So Sean, 10.05, 10.53 for Katie. She was pretty close to a good light.
Very
she was
good.
0.2 red. And, well, that was that. We are done with, well, just the final to run.
Just the final to run. Just say congratulations to Ray Irish, who ran his first 9 in his truck.
Excellent. We didn't miss it last time, but yeah, congratulations again. Thank you very much indeed, Si.
Good stuff.
Final coming up shortly. In the meantime, for your viewing pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, we have the final of our Nostalgia Cannonball coming up. Like I needed to tell you. Toby Jansson with the Nitrocalypse. His first ever trip to the UK with the Fuel Funny Car from Sweden. And he's in the final of the Dragstalgia Cannonball, taking on, you wouldn't have, I mean, talk about long shot bets. I think Nick Davis described it perfectly. Kind of the Leicester City of drag racing, that is.
There's a prize as well, actually, the piston.
Ah, that's right. Yes, I beg your pardon, the piston rack. Given by Peter Lance and Johnny Nielsen's company as well. Thank you very much indeed, Peter, for donating that. By the looks of it, there's a good chance it might be going back to Sweden. However, he's got to get round Robbie Grabham in Freddie's revenge. He's put in 3 consistent, really good, consistent 6-second runs. If he does that again, he may be the winner. However, he's got to get round the 7-second alternate of Robbie Grabham. All the pressure, actually, on Toby Jansson.
Yeah, it is.
Well, unbelievable for Dave, Hillary Grabham, the whole family. Joe doing backup duties. I think everyone in the Supercharged Outlaw pits is currently rooting for Robbie because they run this car with the Supercharged Outlaws as well. Have you seen that mural on the back?
Yeah, the 4 horsemen, yeah.
I remember when I was 10 looking at that thinking how amazing it was, and I still think it is. So the winner of this one takes home the big trophy in the Cannonball. Sweden against the UK. Toby Jansson all the way from Linköping in Sweden. Robbie Grabham from the West Country in the UK. Alki Alton against Fuel Funny Car. Problems for Robbie. Well, the Nitrocalypse car still burning through pistons. 643, another 6.4, 196. Ladies and gentlemen, raise the roof, please, for Toby Jansson, the Nitrocalypse car. His first ever trip to the UK, and he's won the Dragstalgia Cannonball. Come on, that fantastic effort. Well done, everybody. Robbie Grabham clicked it around about 60 foot off the start line. Problems within 11-second run, but still a fabulous effort by them to get to the final. Well done, Dave. Seriously, mate, you'd have taken runner-up at the start of the weekend, wouldn't you? That was a brilliant effort by your lad. And we still got more funny cars. So, Trey Kroner, unfortunately, well, had the potential to be in the final as well, but didn't make the last run. So, sadly, they still got it back together, though. They kept working. They kept going. And Eric Vallender in the seat. They're hoping that they've got the issue solved, because that is a really, really quick car. But it's just been something that's been ailing them. And they've done so much work to get it back together again after yesterday. They were working till about 3 a.m, went and got 2 hours sleep, got up again at 5 and carried on. It doesn't seem to want to light, really. Doesn't even sound, doesn't sound like the fuel pump switched on. That is the weirdest sounding Nitro Funny car I've heard for a while. Johnny Nielsen working on the hat. Yeah, the fuel pump's on. And there's something going on that's restricting the flow of fuel into the engine. That's why it doesn't have the normal cackle. Yeah, it's just not getting enough fuel. They're all shaking their heads. It's just not clicking in like it should, yeah. Oh, what a great shame after all the hard work to get it back together. Yeah, fair to say they haven't had the weekend they were looking for. The Swedes still take the win with the Nitrocalypse car, but unfortunately, well, real shame. I was very much looking forward to seeing that car one more time. And like I said, they worked their socks off all night last night, up till 3 a.m. 2 hours sleep, back up again at 5 to carry on, and unfortunately missed the run earlier on today. So up next is Paul Harris with the Chi-Town Hustler. Had a leak on the burnout earlier on. He was been in the 7s though already. Getting licensed with his car and doing a fine job of driving it. Bear in mind he's learning. Learning in anything's hard work. Learning in a fuel funny car, it's got to be just wow. Herb Andrews running out. Sorry, wandering out in a pair of shorts, sorry. Ambling out, that was the word I was looking for.
Meandering.
Yeah, meandering out. Yeah, all right, Paul, don't show off that yours is running all right. Beautiful, beautiful looking car. Tribute car to Farcona's Coil and Minnick. That car is a Dodge Omnibody, one of my favourite of the era, actually, that one. Harlan Thompson had one of these, which was the Protector car.
Al Segrini had one as well, didn't he?
That's right, yeah. It was actually Steiner Inge from Norway that had the Super Brute car. Who else had one? Dennis Priddle had one briefly. Then that became Tony Bowden's. There's been a few about, and they really are cool looking. That's Dennis down there on the start line as well.
I don't think it wasn't. Satan Sledge. What body
no.
was that?
Well, actually, it's a very good question. It was an Arrow that they chopped the front off and put the front of a Dodge Omni on.
Yeah, okay. That was half one then.
It was half a Dodge Omni, yeah. It was a Dodge Omni.
Yeah.
Still sounded a bit lazy, to be honest with you, but there we go. Gotta love it when the backup girl says, come on, shoot, hurry up. Got another body in the works, which is a tribute to Dennis's car, actually, the 11 Kootenan body. It's a Monza. They've already actually got it. Paul was showing me the photographs the other day. It really does look good.
The armour shoots as well. That'll be
good idea. Yeah. So Paul, earlier on in the weekend, went down into the 7.4s or 7.3, I think it was. Still clipped it before the finish line. Hopefully this will be a full run for the Chi-Town Hustler. Yeah, Herb just mucking about with the airflow. That sounds better. Not quite as lazy, getting a little bit more air in. All of a sudden it comes alive just with a bit more air. Thumbs up from Herb Andrews. See what Paul Harris can do. Beautifully done, sir. Keep it going.
Oh, is this a 6?
766, 194 miles an hour. Really good speed for Paul. Still a little bit lazy off the line, but he is learning. That was all about getting a full pull in. Well done to the whole team. I'm sure Paul would have taken a couple of 7-second runs and 194 miles an hour at the start of the weekend.
It's deceiving, actually. It looked quicker.
It was because it was smooth, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was because it was smooth. Oh, that's why. Check out the 60 foot. 1.95 60 foot.
So it must have rolled the beams a bit.
That's where the elapsed time went. You could probably take quite a bit off that, actually, to be honest with you. I think he rolled the beams. He did roll the beams, yeah.
He would have done,
hence
definitely.
the 195.60. When he was rolling, he kept rolling when he went into stage, and Ian did the decent thing, which he flicked the switch quickly, so that he didn't have to back up and do it again. And yeah, that's why he rolls. So he started the beams before he actually hit the throttle. So
yeah,
that
probably was a 6-second run then.
Yeah, you bet. Well, Eric Vallender with the Trey Krona car is still in there. Hopefully we're going to still get a chance to see him again. We've got All or Nothing, Matt Wright with the CUDA round the back of the tower too. Well, hopefully they found what the problem was.
Yeah, well, they've just bought the big
bar
wrench
over.
to turn the engine over by hand, so they can clear the pipes.
Yeah, clear the cylinders.
Yes,
Yeah. No,
cylinders.
it's all right. So. And probably the pipes as well, but definitely the cylinders.
I meant the cylinders.
That's
I'm
all right.
saying pipes for, I don't know, but there we go.
Well, the thing is
I knew what I meant.
the thing is with nitro, you have to be so
Oh.
careful with it, because even the tiniest bit of fluid in any of the cylinders, when it fires, and you'll end up with a head in your lap, as in a cylinder head. Matt Wright, all or nothing. Getting quite a bit of practice in this weekend with this car. We only saw, unfortunately, the helicopter engine dragster once. Well, unfortunately for Matt, the car died on the burnout. Just went to spin the tyres. Just didn't happen, unfortunately. The car does look.
Yeah, fluid,
Ah.
which is evaporated straight away, so that's fuel.
Well, Matt's still a great effort just to get the car from him here this weekend, from him and Bill. Bill, you built some beautiful stuff, mate. And it's just a shame that, unfortunately, Matt couldn't get to do a little bit more than that, but still definitely worth the effort coming to Dragstalgia, hopefully, and hopefully they did have a good time, and we'll be back again soon. So we're going to give it a crack with Trey Kroner once again. Hopefully, whatever the problem was, they must have found it. Johnny Nielsen was wandering around just checking a few things out, just trying to get it to run properly. And it was quite funny, actually, because Paul Harris had the same kind of issue where the car just sounded lazy, and then Herb just took a couple of the blanks out in the hat to let a bit more air in, and all of a sudden it came to life. And that's what Johnny Nielsen tried to do with Trey Kroner as well, and it just didn't pick up. So we've still got a few finals to go. We've got our finals to go, I think, haven't we?
Yeah.
Are we at finals for
Finals
every
at all of the
class,
our classes, yeah. Nostalgia Super Stock is going to be Neil Watkins taking on Kiwi. Pro Stock Bike is going to be Claire Rule taking on Len Paget, Outlaw Anglia. It's the all-Scottish affair between Colin Miller and Scotty Crookston.
All of a sudden it sounds alive.
Oh, that sounds much better.
So I think this is going to be the last fuel funny car run of the day. Eric Wallander with Trey Kroner. That does sound a lot more like it. Absolutely beautifully turned out machine. This is a recreation of the car that Knut Soderquist and Harlan Thompson won the 1980 World Finals. If you're around then, you remember it. I do. I was 8. 22 Nitro funny cars that weekend, and Dennis was one of them as well.
Yeah.
So Dennis Nielsen out front, just going to, yeah, the idle seems like, it sounded a little high, but obviously it's okay because he managed to get in reverse. The problem is if the idle's not set right, it won't go into reverse. I know I've said this to you before, but I used to sit just about here when I was a kid, right? Actually, we're just maybe a little bit further that way. And this is like being about 10 again for me. looking out the window at the arrow.
I was always stood on the banking parallel with the tree. Obviously the VIP wasn't there then.
Yep.
And just had the little grandstand made out of the white metalwork and the planks.
But
Now
yeah.
we get the best seat in the house.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be up here doing this, let's put it that way. So, Eric Ballender. Still a little bit lazy on the 60 foot with a 115, but he takes it all the way through to a 685 at 203 miles an hour. Give them a massive cheer, ladies and gentlemen, after all the hard work, the late night, the early morning, everything else as well. Well done. Fantastic entertainment from everybody that came over from Sweden to run both of those funny cars.
Excellent stuff. Track crew having a good look at the lane though.
Well, I'm not sure Matt Wright's going to actually have another. He looks like he might be. Whatever it was, he might have one more try. We're just gathering finalists down here.
Well, if he's not moving, that leads me to believe it could have been just a fuel line, but yeah, they're putting the starter back on.
Why not? He's in the car, ready to go.
Got Custom Car Invitational in the lanes, and it'll be gathering finalists soon. That's about all we got left. But thoroughly enjoyable Cannonball, and thoroughly enjoyable race meeting. Full stop. Been so much going on site this weekend. Got to say a massive thank you to everybody here at Cannonball Raceway this weekend. The Vintage Village, the soundstage over in the right-hand side of the track instead of normally in the pits. That's been a great idea.
Thank you very much to the Trey Kroner Gang for the entertainment and all the hard work. You must be absolutely shattered.
Yeah.
I've got the long drive home after that, but well done.
So we've had live music, we've had everything here vintage this weekend, the biggest entry ever for a Dragstalgia event. And although the weather was trying to interrupt proceedings this morning, it hasn't stopped us getting the show done. It's been thoroughly enjoyable, and the NSRA car show did actually went have a look at that earlier on, Daryl, and some of the show cars over there absolutely stunning.
Mint.
So well worth that check out earlier. So we've got the Willis Wars cars that have just made their way back down and just reversing back out of shot. There's Phil Malls. So yeah, just everybody on pause at the moment. So the starter is attached. Let's see if we can get Matt Wright with the all or nothing car to come and play properly. Here we go.
More like it from Matt. Now you know the engine note difference. This is actually a methanol car, not a nitro car. Still pretty damn quick, to be honest with you. And I think Ramon's actually won this event with a methanol car before, hasn't he?
Yes.
So Matt Wright will be backing up in his fresh burnout tracks. So Bill Filstead brings Matt into stage. So the all or nothing Cuda from Essex. Last funny car of the weekend, I think. Well, he's not going to get any laps time, unfortunately, because he left before the tree was activated.
Oh, and the parachute came out and was left behind on the start line, left behind on the track. So, for some reason, it's not attached to the car.
Weird. He left before the tree ran. He didn't really stage, and he left before the tree ran. That was the problem. Unfortunately, it's all right. It's still a pretty good run, and he got something to go on. But yeah, he didn't. Unfortunately, tree didn't run before he left that time. Might want his parachute back though, to be honest. The heavy Chevy. Well done to Matt Wright's team. Lots of hard work all weekend. At least he got kind of a full run in, just sadly with no elapsed time. But yeah, well done, guys. Great effort.
Oh, Russ Evans made it down for. He was
Made it
obviously
down for
so
another one.
disappointed with his last run. He thought, I'm not going back to Spain with that as my parting shot. So he's having another go.
I'm not suffering the pain of sitting on a motorbike for 3 days without another shot at it.
So the heavy Chevy then, 582 cubes, about to see a 10-second run once again. I hope. Well, when I say a 10-second run, let's have another 9 actually. Went 9.83 earlier on. Oh, a little wheelie as well off the line.
Whoa.
9.73.
138.
That's moving on. Well done, guys. Fantastic pass there. 138 mile an hour as well.
So we've got a little bit of a mix match to the end of the day before we get to our finals. So Russ Haven with tight fit. This is an 8-second race car. Let's hope Russ going to get an 8-second run on the board, like you said before, the long trip home. More like it.
Hey,
Yeah.
well done, Russ. 8.72.
156. That'll make the long ride home feel a lot better.
Oh,
won't it?
most definitely.
It'll make it go quick. Like you said, if
He's just PB'd on speed there. Well done, Russ.
Well, the good thing is as well, like I said, if he, like you just said, Colin, if he'd have gone home with that as his last run,
Yeah.
it'd have been the longest ride ever.
Yeah. Now he's only 200ths off his ETPB, but he's gone faster than he's ever gone before.
Phil Moore's Matt Hollins. Phil keeps going quicker and quicker in 10:28. 10:17 quicker still. 133 miles an hour. Is that good or bad? Is that good?
That's exceptionally
oh,
good.
kind of. You wanted a 9, I guess. Okay, yeah. Coming round again.
Come round
okay.
again. Oh, right. When are you going to drive it next time? No.
Not allowed to anymore after that.
No, she's done 10s as well, so yeah.
So Gareth and Tony. Gareth or Tony. Not shoes in there at the moment.
Bearing lane's pretty much empty.
Yeah, we're just gathering finalists, I
Gathering
think.
finalists, yeah.
And Phil Moores as well, by the sound of it.
Yeah.
Guy Davenport, Pike Murray, Guy, like we said a few times. All finalists, yeah?
Yeah, that's the call. Well, you just did it.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. All finalists into the
Please.
pairing lanes, please. All finalists.
Pipe Murray with Racked and Ruined. And Guy Davenport. 13.24.
Thank you for this time. So nice. Now, however, I need to go down and talk to the guys. That's fine.
Okay, so with empty pairing lanes, Nitro FM, if you can just take it for a moment, and when we get the finalists in the lanes, we'll take it back. But in the meantime, let's have some tunes.
Okay, so I'm in the Outlaw Angler pits and I'm with the newly crowned media man of the Outlaw Angler, guys. Now, you've been spending a lot of time up in the tower doing a quite fantastic job, I must say. How's it been going?
It's been fine. You know, the first 2 or 3 times was a bit, well, not say nerve-wracking, it's so you just got to think before you open your mouth, obviously, so you don't use any bad language or anything like that. But, you know, it's quite hard to be talking about something and you're not talking to somebody on a building site.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. But you've been doing a fantastic job. Now, obviously, you turned up this weekend with a trailer. For out yesterday, everyone was going, Ginna, you going to get your car out? Ginna, we're going to be racing soon. Ginna, you really need to get your car out of the trailer. You were like, yeah, it's okay, no rush, no rush. Let us know what happened after lunchtime. What did you unveil?
Well, it was very hard because on the Thursday, everybody kept, as you say, kept asking me what car or had I got which car I'd brought. I'd entered my own car and then I'd said that Al's car was so close to bringing, we was going to bring the car. So we then opened the trailer up and pushed the gasserate and you know, it sort of brings a tear to your eye. You don't realise what we've actually done by bringing the car back and how popular the car is. So we said that was our plan, just to bring it out sort of undercover.
Brilliant. And obviously, Dragstalgia is the perfect event to do so, because like you said, it is such an iconic car, part of the drag racing history at Santa Pod Raceway, and you and Dave done a brilliant job turning that around, and I'm pretty sure everyone at Santa Pod Raceway commends you. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah. Al's contributed quite a lot to doing the car as well. He's done like most of the live running gear and the stuff in there. Dave's done the paint, but you know, I've sort of like just sort of planned all the strategy, worked on the stuff, done the welding, done the fabricating, repaired everything that was there because we didn't want the car to turn into a complete new car. So obviously I wanted to repair and keep as much as the original car in. And everybody out there in sort of drag racing world, the fans and everything like that have been absolutely fantastic. If I wanted anything or was short of anything, somebody would come up with something. And I say now it's more like the Johnny Cash record, where I got it one piece at a time. You know, I say Simon Barlow give us a wheel, Rob Stone give us a wheel, you know, and numerous other people. Wayne Allman repaired a lot of the chassis work for us. The Chiltons, you know what I mean? There's quite a number, you know, I mean, obviously, like, I can't go through the whole list without it being in front of me, but there's so many people, you know, we have to thank for, you know, sort of like me going around and pestering them and begging them and like, I need this, I need that. But, you know, everybody's been so good. And you say, like, when I sort of kept working, we were so nearer and nearer and nearer. And then I thought, well, I've got plenty of time, so let's just make this time available to work on Al's car as opposed to use my own car. So I said, well, I'll have this year off to finish the car.
Yeah.
So that's what I said we've done. We've still got a few teething issues. It's a new car. We've done it. We're not sure whether we're going to go out again tomorrow because we got a little bit of vibration and stuff. That's just things that are not important as such, but it makes it a lot harder to drive the car.
100%.
So we've then got to go through that and sort that out. So, but as it says on the T-shirt, we will be back.
Oh, 100%.
Or we are back.
We are back. We are back indeed. And obviously, if you're going to come and join us on the Sunday, either watching the live stream or you're here at Santa Pod Raceway, come and see the gasser. And also, Come buy t-shirts.
We have a few t-shirts left.
Few t-shirts, there you go. So if you want to get your nostalgic t-shirt, come and get your Owls Gasser t-shirt here at Dragstalgia. Thank you very much, Jenna.
You're more than welcome.
Have a cracking weekend.
The Friday session, funny enough, and he's continued to do stonking burnouts all weekend long. And it's the ward is going north of the borders, going to Colin Miller, the flying fifer. So well done to Colin. Right, the the best appearing team award. Again, everybody making a good effort, but there was one particular team that stuck out in our minds, and Darryl and I are unanimous on this one, and support from everybody else as well. And that is from the Willis Wars, Dave Hinson with the 3 Elvis guys. We thought that was absolutely spot on for this weekend. So Dave Hinson, well, not actually to you so much because you were in the car, but certainly the 3 Elvis guys as well. Very, very good, very apt for the event. So well done to them. Wheel stand of the weekend. Again, we had a couple of early contenders with John Gibson certainly and Al Gooding, but then one of them really did go skywards. Came down with a bit of a thud as well. Done a little bit of damage to the car, but we've had a report back that it's repairable, which is really good news. And the other good news is that the driver was basically A-OK. Climbed out of the car, punched the air with delight, and we're delighted to award the wheel stand of the weekend to Jim Usher. So well done to Jim. Right, low ET, we think, without anybody going any quicker, is the Apache for Tim Garlick, so well done to them. The moment of the weekend, and this was one that really was incredibly special to the drag racing family, and this was the moment when Rob Brown lost his girlfriend and gained a fiancée. Thankfully, Hayley said yes, so it was the marriage proposal after the Cracklefest on Saturday night. The moment of the weekend, Rob and Hayley from the Rebel team from the Wild Bunch. Let's have a look, just make sure. Oh, the fans' choice. That was narrowed down to the Nitro Funny cars this weekend, so we thought, well, you've got to have a bit more, we've got to narrow it down a bit further. So the fans' choice this weekend is Tony Betts with the Venom. It was great to have Tony here this weekend. The car not exactly going perfectly, but the fans' choice was Tony Betts with Venom. Which means, oh yes, a vehicle. Best appearing vehicle. This is one that had us flummoxed for a little while and really did have to think hard on this because so many great looking vehicles this weekend. But in the end, it's going to another one of the Willis cars actually. And this weekend, Butch with the Butcher Shot Willis. We declare that best appearing vehicle this weekend. So well done to Butch, taking the award there. So finally, the spirit of Dragstalgia, and perhaps the most coveted trophy, the one that means so much to so many people. Some of the people that have taken this before, it was Bob Hawkins last year, for the amount of sheer graft that he did to get his car here for the event. And this year goes to another incredibly worthy recipient, and for the work involved in getting this car back to the drag strip. So the spirit of Dragstalgia goes to Ginner. And the reason for that is this man has, with some help from his friends, he'll openly admit that, but he was the driving force behind this, getting Owls Gasser back to Santa Pod Raceway, and to have the car hidden in the trailer. A few of us knew, but a heck of a lot of people didn't, and to get that car out of the trailer. But not only that, not everybody knew that Al was going to be driving the car, and he did a great job of it, did some launches, lifted the front wheels, and it was just so special. So the spirit of Dragstalgia for this year goes to Ginner with the return of Owls Gasser. So that's our awards. I've got to give a special mention actually to 2 other people that we should invent our own category for, and that is to Ian Marshall and Dave Warren for their outfits yesterday. That we take our hat off for. Well done, girls, guys, whatever. That was super special. We loved that yesterday. It was done in the spirit of the occasion. And not only that, you managed to make them last all day long. So well done to you as well. Thank you all so much indeed for all of your efforts this weekend. It will never ever be forgotten. And the Showman trophies will be awarded on the start line after our racing is completed today, which isn't going to be too far away. So just a quick recap on our showmanship trophies. The moment of the weekend was Rob Brown and Hayley Fife. The driving job of the weekend, Chris Manning. The backup award, guy or girl, Thomas Cook-Abbott. The burnout of the weekend, Colin Miller. The team award going to Dave Hinson with the 3 Elvises. The spirit of Dragstalgia, Ginner with the return of Al's Gasser. Wheel stand, Jim Usher. The vehicle is the Butcher Shop Willis for Anthony Wilkins, and the fans' choice, Tony Betts with Venom.
So when we're done with racing as well, obviously the winners in the respective classes of the actual elimination classes, if you could come and join us as well, that would be great, because we've got trophies for you as well, I think. We have. Not long after racing's finished, so quite honestly, if you were mentioned in any of that, you might want to make your way down now, to be honest with you, because we can get cracking with giving out the trophies very shortly after.
Right, so we have 3 finals to run, I believe, which is, of course, Nostalgia Superstock, Pro Stock, Bike and Outlaw Anglia. The Gasser Circus a final as well. Oh yeah, Gasser Circus are coming down, good. So head of the lanes is Nostalgia Superstock. And I had Neil Watkins from the start to win this. And then Kiwi makes the final and makes it even more interesting. So
that was good.
So let's see what happens. Neil Watkins and Kiwi. Going to be a battle royal between these two. Well, 9.90 for Kiwi will be his dial-in. It's actually the first time this weekend ever I've met Kiwi.
Okay.
All the time that you meet people and you know who they are. And I went up to him and said, Dr. Kiwi, Dr. Stewart, because real name is Stuart Thompson. Don't know if anybody actually knows that.
Well, he's only ever known as Kiwi to well, about everybody, to be honest with you. Well, he's on the entry list as Kiwi.
Yeah. So Neil Watkins with the Purple Express, the last remaining Watkins.
It's a UK versus New Zealand matchup, and not the only one, or England versus New Zealand matchup, not the only one that's happening today.
On the passenger side somewhere. Be mad that I never sent anybody else.
So sometimes I'll admit, we sometimes pick out a driver and you think, oh yeah, he's going to be one to watch this weekend. He's going to be one to watch, and I'll openly admit it. I had Neil Watkins down on my bit of slip of paper to possibly win this event, and well, he's made the final. Let's see if he can go one step further, and that is taking the event win. Right. Okay. We just need to. I don't want to get this one going out the system. Yeah. My microphone is very receptive to talk in the tower, so just have to be careful there. So Neil Watkins and Kiwi going to be the first final. Also, Pro Stock Bike round the corner. Len Paget will be taking on Claire Rule, and Outlaw Anglia. It's the all-Scottish affair between Colin Miller, winner of our Best Burnout of the Weekend award, going alongside Scott Crookston, who has been 60-footing like mad this weekend. 107, I think, his best one this weekend. Did have an issue earlier on in one of the eliminations round where the car was running on 7 cylinders, and that was because one of the plug leads wasn't attached. And thank you very much to Craig Wright for alluding us to that one, but absolutely no problem for the rest of the day. So just thing is, though, as soon as I hand over to Nitro FM, the engines will start and the cars will come round the corner. But one thing I will say is thank you all so very much indeed for joining us at Dragstalgia this year. We've thoroughly enjoyed this right from the start on Friday with the Run What You Brung sessions, and then into the first sessions of our classes. And not only that, a lot of people have been here more than a few days. Some of the teams were here on Wednesday. There was a test session on Wednesday. A lot of people arriving then, a lot of people arriving on Thursday as well. The place was heaving. The campsites on Friday, very, very busy indeed. So as an event, you never know. The size this event is getting now, it's I'm not saying this for certain, but it could shift to more than 3 days in the future. Who knows? But whatever happens, Dragstalgia is certainly here to stay. It really is super, super special. And the weather has been exceptionally kind for us this weekend as well. Yeah, we had a bit of overnight rain last night and it delayed us a bit today, but it hasn't stopped us getting the show done, and absolutely glorious now as well. Shooting match will be here that weekend. Weekend after that, it is the Hot Rod Drags, where so many of the competitors that are here this weekend will be returning. The national finals, it is when we crown all of our sportsman champions on 2 wheels and 4. That is the 21st and 22nd of September. So a very, very busy few weekends in September. And then we wrap everything up after that. 26th of October, Flame and Thunder, our one-day blowout here. Basically, whatever we've got left in the racing community, and the biggest bonfires you're likely to see everywhere, that is all taking place here on Saturday, the 26th of October. Right, we're still no action in the pairing lane, so I am going to hand over to Nitro M, maybe get one tune out, and I'm just looking at Paul Marshall just on the pairing lanes, make sure that he's not going to send anybody around in the next few seconds, but he's on the cans, which means he's talking. Ah, right, okay, thumbs up. So I'm not going to hand to Nitro FM. It is now time to get engine started. And the first final going to be coming around the corner. It is UK Nostalgia Superstock, and it's going to be Kiwi taking on Neil Watkins. The Purple Express pickup taking on the Duster. So they're all suited and booted in the cars now. Well, I thought Neil Watkins due an event win. He's very, very consistent driver, but he's got a tough nut to crack here with Kiwi. The whole of the Watkins clan are down there. Tom Watkins stood on the apron. Amy's down there as well. And of course, we've still got enough hats left to bring out a different one each time.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the dial-ins then. It's, well, it would normally be 990 for Kiwi and 11.3 of some flavour for Neil. Let's see what they got for us this time. Oh no, 987 I think for Kiwi. There it is, 11.31. They've both upped their dial-ins a bit.
That's what he ran in the semi, didn't he?
He did, yes. Yes, you're right. So Neil Watkins, we will be leaving first.
The rest of the family watching on.
And it's game over. Kiwi takes the trophy. Neil Watkins goes red by 0-2. It goes 11.34. Kiwi goes 9.99. So Kiwi takes the trophy at Dragstalgia. Congratulations to him. Neil Watkins.
0-2 red.
0-2 red. Game over, unfortunately. I had him to win that. But there we go.
That's probably
it's
why
Kiwi that's done it.
Probably why red lit.
Yeah. Just to prove me wrong. Well done.
So, final for the National Sprint Association. Tim Blakemore. With the Steve Tonks previous Orient Express Kawasaki funny bike, been running really well into the low 8s. He's been up against. in the final 2. Well, that won't be the 7-second run Tim Blakemore was looking for. Still a good run at 9:04, 161, 9:88 at 1:38. Thank you very much indeed to all of the National Sprint Association for a great show over the weekend. Thank you again to Mr. Keith Lee and Annie for lending him to us.
Yeah, unfortunately on our notes, that was the only bike that we didn't have a name for in all of the listings that we've got.
Okay, Nostalgia Pro Stock Bike final round. Claire Rule taking on Len Padgett. So, well, on paper so far it's Lenny, but he's got to take it on the quarter mile, obviously. Clairol still had a really, really good weekend, well down into the 8s. I think an 8.7 is the best. Len, though, I think he's been in the 8.3s, hasn't he? Which is outstanding for that bike.
Phenomenally quick this weekend. Len, 8.46 in the semi, Claire 8.76, but Lenny went 8.36 in the quarters.
Wow, look at that for Lenny, an 0-1 light as well. Claire Rule's trying to run him down, but I don't think she's going to do it. Lenny takes the strike with an 8.53 to an 8.70. Claire Rule's quickest run of the weekend. Lenny was 0-1 on the tree. 0.19 for Claire. Great race to end Nostalgia Pro Stock Bike. Right. Good of Simon to join us back in the tower. Where have you been? Sean Milsom, Nick Barnett. I'm guessing you haven't had a chance to chat with them because they've obviously been a bit busy.
And I wanted to watch the racing.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, no, both very consistent runners. Obviously, Sean standing 3rd in the championship at the moment, already won a round. Nick standing in 12th.
It's a red light for Sean with an 0-2. Nick Barnett wins the Gasser Circus at Dragstalgia 2019. Breaks out as well.
And breaks out. Sean's going to kick himself for that.
Yeah, he backed off at the top end as well. He probably saw it anyway, to be completely fair. So congratulations to Nick Barnett, Simon. Very big thanks for all of your help over the last couple of days.
It's all right, it's been fun.
Certainly has.
Glad we've put on a show.
Oh, you bet. You 100%. I think we've got one final left to go. Outlaw Anglia, the Battle of the Scots. Flying Scotsman and the Flying Fifer.
Speak to you over the next week. So, that's good.
Right, so the thumbs up given to both of them. Craig's pumped for this one. Right, I think the way this is going to pan out is Scotty Crookston is going to be very, very quick out the hole. We know that car 60 foot's like no other. Colin Miller will have put everything he's got into the car for this final. He's going to have to drive round Scotty to take the win. Colin's car is quicker, but
however,
Scotty's is quicker off the line, as in it's 60 foot.
And it's more consistent.
And it's more consistent.
Well, we've
let's
got one more run to go. So. Side-by-side burnouts as well. Even though these cars have the same appearance, i.e. it's pretty much the same body mould and everything, the cars are quite a bit different. Well, Colin was telling me Scotty's is a newer car, so it's a double frame rail chassis, whereas Colin's is a single, and that does make a difference for tuning and everything. As Gina said to us yesterday as well, that's Colin's engine in Scotty's car. He might ask for it back in a minute.
I suppose you didn't ask for it back before the
it's
final.
It's funny, isn't it? They come all the way down to England to race, and you know they're in the same garage up there in Fife in Scotland. It's quite amazing, really, isn't it? So the quickest Colin has been this weekend. I'm not sure. Actually.
740.
Yeah, that's,
no, 784 in
that's
qualifying.
I think he went a little. He did better than that earlier on, but Scotty Crookson has been the more consistent car. He's been in the 7.4s almost every run. That car is very well sorted leaving the line. Notice the extra tape on the wheelie bar just to make sure the chute doesn't fall down in the gap and get stuck. That's what that's for. So Colin Miller and Scott Crookson, your last pair of cars at Dragstalgia. Well, if Colin Miller can tame it and get it to the other end, well, it's going to be one hell of a race no matter what. There's going to be a lot of ribbing on the way home. Whoever wins. Colin shakes the tyres. Can he run it down?
Over yet. Well, what a race! What a race!
Oh my word! Look at that! What a fabulous end to Outlaw Anglia and Dragstalgia. Scott Crookson, 8:46, 178 miles an hour. Colin was trying to drive around him. 7:53. He shook the tyres again off the start line, but pedalled it and kept going.
They were tied together off the line, 82 to an 80.
Look at the lights.
082 to 081. The win margin, 0.07 of a second.
Awesome.
What a rain that was. Right.
Well done, fellas. Just very quickly, Keith Lee, if you can still hear us. Tog said if you could just quickly step up into the tower. Keith Lee. Keith. Hi. If you wouldn't mind just popping up and seeing Tog. Thank you very much indeed. So, yeah, that was a brilliant end to Dragstalgia. Ladies and gentlemen, if you won any of the... let's have a quick look down the trophies. We're going to be handing out trophies very, very shortly indeed.
Trophies.
Okay. Moment of the event was Robin Haley. Driving job, Chris Manning. We do understand some may have gone home.
Yeah.
Backup, Thomas Gabbert. Best burnout is the man who just said he's going to get 2 trophies. Well, actually, no. Runner-up trophy? Maybe. Colin Miller. The team in the Willis Wars with the Team Elvis.
Yeah.
Dave Hinson. Spirit of Dragstalgia goes to Ginner and obviously the Elsgasser gang. Wheel stand Jim Usher, unfortunately. Best appearing vehicle, Butch for the Willis. And also the fan choice go to Tony Betts with Venom. So if your name was mentioned and you're still here, please join us on the start line as quick as you can. Anybody who up there that won a trophy from eliminations as well, if you'd like to come down, we're handing out trophies very shortly indeed. Thank you all very much indeed for making Santapod Raceway your venue of choice. We really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be down there very shortly.